Today, I'm going to help you become a better Clash of Clans player with 5 tips for a stronger Queen Walk. What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to become a better player using your queen, more specifically, queen walks in Clash of Clans. So just in case you don't know what a queen walk is when you're going to take your queen with 4 or 5 healers and walk her into a base to get massive value. And this attack is used by tons of the pros just because it's so powerful. The queen is able to get so much value, and it's used in a lot of attacks at various town hall levels. I'm going to give you guys tips to help you become better at using this attack strategy. And before we hop into these 5 tips, do me a favor, guys, leave a like on this video if it is helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on all those notifications because something like 70% of my viewers are not subscribed, so I really appreciate all the support. Well, let's go ahead and hop into my top 5 tips to become a better queen walker. Alright guys, here we go. My first tip for a better queen walk inside of Clash of Clans is to use 5 healers and protect that investment. Let's talk about protecting the investment first. We're going to use Coco Loons. A Coco Loon is basically a balloon that's going to go out in front and catch any seeking air mines, and then we're going to use 5 healers. And the reason we use 5 is mathematical. The first 2 healers you put in are going to get 100% effectiveness on their healing. The next 2 are actually going to go down to 90%, and then that 5th healer is going to go down to 70%. Now you might think that seems like a ripoff, like 70% effectiveness. It's actually really strong. You'll still get 70% healing, and then if you lose one by whatever reason, a seeking air mine or troop locks onto it, or a defense locks onto it, you'll still have 4 healers that'll go really strong and help this queen get the value. Because when we're using 5 healers, we're using 70 camp space, which is a huge investment in there, so you want to get the most out of it. Now at the lower town halls like 9 and 10, you might only be able to fit 4 in your army. That's just kind of the way it goes. But at 11, 12, 13, 14, you really should be using 5. My second tip for a better queen walk inside Clash of Clans is to funnel carefully. And what I mean by this is when you're funneling, like if you have your king here and you put your queen in and you throw those healers in, if that king takes damage, the healers are going to go over to that king, and then your queen walk is ruined. So you want to funnel, but you want to funnel carefully. So if you're going to use like a king or a yeti or a ground troop to funnel, even a wizard can pull healers. Just make sure they get away from where your queen is going to go in with the queen walk. And another trick you can use is actually let your queen take a little bit of damage. That way the healers will lock onto her. This will help make sure that the healers are going to heal your queen up, just in case you're like close to that king or something. And using the king and yeti will also allow you to funnel, make sure you get into this compartment more consistently. We saw on that last one she kind of naturally went in there, but with this funnel set she has nowhere else to go but in. So just be aware when you're funneling to set the funnel, but also be aware that the healers may go to those funnel troops if they're too close to your queen. My third tip for a better queen walk inside of Clash of Clans is regarding the spells. Use spells earlier than you think you need them, especially with like a rage. You're going to need that rage to really power up those healers. You use the rage in a way that is going to encompass the queen and the healers. That way the healers are going to rage up the queen, but also the queen's going to deal more damage. But you want to do this before it's too late. And also spells like the freeze spell, use that before you think you really need it. And this is something that takes a lot of practice because your queen can take a lot of damage, and you can actually even bring in like headhunters and stuff, but use those spells earlier than you think you need. That way your queen doesn't go down. Remember, we're investing 70 camp space into this queen walk, so we don't want to mess that up by letting our healers, letting our queen, anything like that get taken out prematurely by not using our spells. So use those spells earlier than you need. Even with the clan castle troops, poison them. Like if it's a lava hound, poison them ahead of time, rage that queen up and get them taken out. That way your queen will be fine. Just watch your queen, use freezes, use invisibility spells, use whatever you have to, just use them on time. There's nothing worse than dropping a rage, dropping a freeze, and it's late and your queen gets taken out. My fourth tip for a better queen walk inside Clash of Clans is opt for the super wall breakers. This one might seem a little redundant to some people, but it's really worth it to use those super wall breakers just in case you get a failed wall break like that. It's going to allow those wall breakers to get in and open up more of the base. That way you can get more out of your queen charge. So I really do recommend opting for those super wall breakers just because they're going to make a massive difference in there. You'll be able to open up more of the base a lot easier, unless you're a pro and you're able to rage up those wall breakers and get them working in there. opt for the super wall breakers. And generally, like, if you're going for a strong queen walk, a strong queen charge to get deep inside the base, you're gonna want to go for 2, 3, even 4 super wall breakers. Really, 2 is the bare minimum if you're trying to get inside a base, in my opinion. Like, look at this. We got this base pretty well open up. That super wall breaker is not going to go any further, but look at this. We got access to everything because we use those super wall breakers. We'll be able to get a lot further inside of this base and just get way more value with our queen. And it's a more consistent method. Even if they do blow up early, they're still going to open up some of the walls. So that's something to keep in mind. Use super wall breakers instead of the regular wall breakers. My 5th and final tip for you guys to become better at queen walking inside Clash of Clans is be aware of the time. Now, I'm sure someone's like, Bash, that has nothing to do with queen walking. What are you even talking about right now? No, the time has everything to do with it, because when you get good with queen walks, you can queen walk for like 3 minutes, no problem. Dropping rages, dropping freezes. You got to be aware of the time so you know when to drop in the rest of your attack, when to drop in the cleanup, and make sure you don't time fail. I don't know how many times I've time failed with queen walks. You've seen it from pros also, like they'll time fail. So let's go ahead, let's get this started. I'm going to move a few things around on this attack. So we're going to move the king over here. We took out the Yeti because I think 2 sneakies will be fine there. Meanwhile, the king's going to work through there, and while he's working through there, I'm going to go ahead and just start the queen in. So I want the king to go ahead and be able to get to that scatter shot and take it down. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and start the healers on the queen, and we're going to start our king right here. We're going to pop his ability to get through these storages. Oh, look at this, guys. He's going to get right on through that scatter. Queen's working through this top side. Meanwhile, she's working. I'm being mindful of the time. King's getting some nice value through here, and now the queen is going to have to take on this lava hound. So I'm going to go ahead and rage her so she gets through the storage. She might even get through that eagle. Nice. She's going to get right through that eagle. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and start my blimp over here. So I'm going with a safer blimp here because there's really only 2 tiles of space right there that could get in my way. And we know that the tornado's in the middle of this space. We've hit it quite a few times. So we're kind of cheating because we know where the tornado is on this one. So it's a little bit of a safer blimp, but it's you know, it's just to give you guys an example of how things go. Let's go ahead and let's wall break right here. Let's go ahead and rage our queen. Let's go ahead and freeze here again. Oh, that was a horrible freeze. That was a horrible freeze, but I think we're fine. I think we're okay with that. All right, so we're working through there. Queen is good. We got the Warden Pedestal down. We got the World Champion down. We're going to let the Queen get all this stuff working through here. I'm going to be ready with another Rage because once that scatter locks onto her, it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance. I'm going to see if I can wall break right in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and start the rest of the attack. So I'm going to take my eyes off of the Queen momentarily. We're going to go ahead and get all this working through here. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go with the Warden ability there, and I'm going to Rage here. All right, nice. Now we're just going to wait and let this all just start cooking. So we want that queen down with those headhunters. That's why we put them in there. I'm going to start some cleanup in there. Do I have... Oh, yeah. We got a wizard right there. Let's go ahead and freeze this. Let's freeze this. And then we'll bring in our royal champion here momentarily. I think the royal champion should be fine right in through this side right there. All right, nice. Let's go ahead and start working this in here. Start more cleanup. Our queen is at full health. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're hoping for. Queen to be at full health. Because remember, it's a queen charge. We've invested a ton into her, so we want to just try to keep her up. I'm going to throw those in just for distraction's sake. We're going to go ahead and hit the RC. Actually, we're going to wait on the RC because she's pretty healthy. We'll try to chain to the Inferno here. Nice. We get the chain to the Inferno. The queen is spinning right round, right round. We got plenty of cleanup in here. And 30 seconds. Look at this, guys. We are on top of everything. We remembered all the fundamentals, and that's going to help us 3-star this base. Look at that. Plenty of cleanup. We brought tons of cleanup. We were able to get through this base, finish it off with 20 seconds with a nice queen charge. So we took all 5 of those tips, and some of them seem a little bit redundant. And a big part of this is practice, guys. You have to practice with the queen charge, but you want to use those 5 healers and protect that investment using those Coco Loons. That way you're not losing healers left and right. I used my king and the sneaky goblins to funnel to get my queen where she needed to be, and I made sure they were out of the way so they didn't steal my healers. We used those super wall breakers to get further into the base. I used my spells right when I needed to. Like, I didn't hesitate on the spells, and that allowed me to, you know, get through that lava hound, get through that eagle artillery, get through the scatter, keep the queen up through the middle of the base. And finally, I didn't walk for too long. I started the rest of the attack with 1:30 left, which was plenty of time to get through this one with a little time to spare. So hopefully you can use these 5 tips for your next queen walk to have a more successful attack. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Hopefully this video will help you become a better attacker inside of Clash Clans using the queen walk. And a huge shout out to a few of our members. We got Jay Rybinski, Andrew, and Mathis.